Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Alex. Alex is from England in the UK. So let's see what Alex has to say. Enjoy the interview. You comfortable?
Yeah, comfortable.
Amazing. So, hello, Alex. How are you?
Yeah, very well. How are you?
Very well. Thanks so much for taking the time this evening for the interview. Thank you.
No, you're very welcome. No problem at all. Thanks for getting in touch.
Of course. So, tell me, how was your day today?
Yeah, not too bad. I had a early start, worked out in the morning, then had work for a little bit, come home, did the school run, while the wife went off to work this evening. So yeah, no, it's been a good one.
So, tell me, what was the highlight of your day today?
I would say hitting a PB with a client. So client today hit some new PBs on a barbell back squat. So and he was really pleased. So yeah, and I think that's probably the highlight of my day today.
What's PB stands for?
Personal best.
Wow, I like that. Amazing.
Yeah, and that was good, and he was really chuffed. So, yeah, it made it's part of the rewarding part of the job.
Tell me, where are you from, Alex?
I'm from a town called Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk.
How far are you from London?
It's probably about an hour and a half. It's not too far.
Okay. So tell me something interesting about your hometown, something that stands out compared with other places in the UK.
It's got a cathedral. It's got a semi kind of a university. It's quite a relatively big town, but it isn't a city. So it's got the kind of makings of what could be a city. So things like a cathedral, but it's an old market town. So it's got a lot of history behind it. Lovely place to live. I love it here. Very boy born and bred.
Wow. I like that. And if I would come there for the very first time to visit, tell me a place that I shouldn't miss it. What's the postcard of the city, of the town?
It probably is. It's probably the cathedral / Abbey Gardens. So it's an old ruin of a old monastery from obviously hundreds of years ago. And so it's like a ruins, but there's gardens and there's playgrounds for the kids and lots of green space. A nice cafe. Yeah, it's an awesome place. It's just a good place to hang out.
Amazing. All right, so let's start the interview talking about your career as a personal trainer, as an online coach. So tell me how everything started.
So I've been doing it not that long, actually. So I've been only doing it for, when did I qualify? September last year. So I was in the motor trade for 15 years in various roles, but I've always wanted to be a PT. Something I've always been sort of, I've always loved the gym, passionate about the gym and focused and determined in that. But like everyone, had my ups and downs in my own fitness journey. But something I've always wanted to do, but it's a very hard job to get into. Not a hard job to get into, a hard job to stay into, I should say. To start with, it's slow. It pays very, very little. In fact, I think about 80% of new PTs give it up within a year. So I'm not at a year yet. So we'll see. But yeah, so I was in the motor trade 15 years. Basically, long story short, the company I worked for got took over by a big American company, and they made a load of redundancies. So I thought, you know what, if this is, if I don't do it now, I'll never do it. So I've sort of grasped that opportunity with both hands. And yeah, qualified last September, and started working at David Lloyd as a PT there in beginning of November last year.
Okay. This is life talking to you. I think when this, sometimes our life gets shaken a little bit, it's like life talking to us. They go like, you know what? I've been showing some signs. But now it's time now. Now you have no other choice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Like it was, it's hard to, I've got 2 kids, I've got a mortgage, and the job itself just doesn't pay very well to start with. So it's hard to just give up a job to do it. So kind of that opportunity presented itself, and I'm a big believer that sometimes you've got to take the signs and roll with it. So yeah, I took the plunge and I love it.
Absolutely. And everything, every start is not easy. I think everything we start in your life, there's always a doubt behind. There's always some challenges, but you just need to try. And life is about trying. If it doesn't go well,
100%.
Something else, you know what I mean? You need to always trying. It's the beauty of life,
Yeah.
getting out of our comfort zone and or
100%. Yeah, yeah. I'm a big believer in stepping out of your comfort zone and doing stuff you're not comfortable with, because I don't think you grow otherwise.
uh,
Whether that's growing muscle, you have to do something that's uncomfortable,
yeah.
or it's just anything in life. You have to kind of step out of what you're comfortable in, and made some sacrifices to do this, and it's got to be successful. It's not when, it's not if, sorry, it's when it's going to be successful.
I think it's success since the beginning, since it happening. It's just a different success. It's just a start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It hits every level of it. You just need to keep enjoying the journey. I think it's always enjoying the challenges, the tears, the hard work, the success, the achievements, everything. It's about enjoying every bit of it, and understand and appreciate all of it. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, no, totally agree. Totally agree, William.
Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and share your point of views?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William and the Magic Box.
So been waiting to watch you dip inside this magic box, William.
See, there are a lot of questions here. So before we start the interview, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about or don't answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah, sure.
But before that, let's play the music. Okay, let's do it.
Go. I can't hear anything.
Yes, you can always dance with me. That's the thing. So sometimes Zoom mutes the sound around.
I see.
You might see me here dancing in silence, but you always can join me. Amazing. Okay, first question is, if you could be in a movie in real life, which movie that would be and why?
Oh, that's a good question. If I could be in a movie, gosh, I know you said you were going to ask some questions, but it's hard to prepare because I don't know what. I'm just trying to think of some good movies that I really, really enjoyed, that I loved. I'll tell you what, we just watched. I took the kids to watch a film called, I think it was called The Faraway Magic Tree, and I don't know if you've heard of it, but yeah, I think maybe in that movie, just be able to go off to a magical land with the kids and just experience what they, kind of like that childlike wonder of these magical worlds, and that was really cool, and the kids really enjoyed it, and so yeah, I'd probably say that actually.
As I can see your eyes shining talking about your kids, so tell me, what's the biggest joy of being a dad?
I just watching them grow up. It's not without its challenges, but as they get older and building their own sort of, interests and hobbies, and what's the word I'm looking for? Just becoming them, their own little people. And just watching them grow up is just, it's amazing. It goes quick, but it's an amazing journey. It's a hard journey, but it's amazing that there's much more highs than there is lows, and yeah, just watching them grow up, I think, for me.
And so far, what has been the most meaningful lesson you've learned from your kids?
Patience.
Every parent says that. Parent.
Patience. But you don't realize the level of patience you need until you should have, until you have kids, your own children. It's just an unparalleled level of patience required. It's if every parent says it's because it's correct. It's probably the number one answer. Just patience. Just have patience.
Oh, amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, Alex. Next question is, what would your theme song be if you had your own show?
My own theme song. That would probably be. How long did you say this call was?
Do you like music?
I do like music, yeah. There's just a lot to it. I guess maybe let's go. Queen, Don't Stop Me Now.
Oh my God, I love this track. I love it. Such a great energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Big energy. You listen to it and it just puts you in a good mood. So yeah, let's go that.
What's the biggest joy of being Alex? What do you like the most about being you?
being me. I don't know, just the life and the family that I've created with the friends. Friends and family. I feel very lucky to have the friends and family that I've got, the support network around me. So yeah, I'd probably say friends and family is kind of, yeah.
And which person in your family, you feel more close to or more connected with, besides your kids, of course? Tell me a person in your family that when you're feeling the lowest for some reason, this person comes to your mind for you to share, to open up a little bit. At the same time, the same person when you're feeling the greatest, you feel like, oh my God, I'm feeling happy right now. And then you share the same situation. Which person comes to your mind?
No, my wife, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah, my wife. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we've been together 15 years.
Wow.
So yeah, no, my wife, 100%. She'd always be my go-to. Obviously, my parents and
Course.
and my best friend and things like that. But no, it'd be my wife, would be my go-to.
So tell me how your path crossed with your wife for the very first time, if you can share.
Yeah, absolutely. So my wife is from Germany. She was over here after she finished college over there. She moved here for 6 months as an au pair to improve her English. And we met in the queue of a nightclub in the town of Bury St Edmunds. And
Oh,
yeah, and the rest is history. And she moved her whole life here to stay here. So I'm eternally grateful. But yeah, that's how we met in a queue for a nightclub. We didn't actually kind of, let's say, get together or kiss or that first night. It was actually it was either a week or a week afterwards we bumped into each other again, and she was saying
wow.
in broken English, oh, I've got loads of pictures of you on my digital camera, back in the days where you took a digital camera out with you. And yeah, she says, oh, I've got loads of pictures of you, and that was kind of like, and that was it. We went for a date, and yeah, the rest is history.
I've got goosebumps saying that. And how was the first contact? You saw her first, or she saw you first?
Well, like I said, I wouldn't say it was like love at first sight. We weren't
Of
both
course.
like, this is, I've met the person. I think Sabrina, my wife, would say it as well, that we probably didn't even think about each other again after that first meet. It was only like a couple of weeks later, when we bumped into each other again, that it was kind of like, then that kind of spark started
Wow.
then. So yeah, it's life isn't always a movie,
Oh,
a rom-com movie, and it was, yeah, like I said, I just don't think we were both looking for someone that sort of night, or maybe we're, not looking for love. But
yeah.
kind of obviously fate brought us back together again a couple of weeks after our first meet.
Wow. Okay, so your wife, she's watching this interview right now and have a moment, an opportunity to send her a message. What would you say? She's watching.
Um, Sabrina, you're the greatest mum, the greatest wife a man could wish for. And as I said, I'm eternally grateful for you moving your whole life over here for me. So I am forever in your debt, and just don't stop being you. You're amazing. I love you very much.
Beautiful. I love it. I go now. Say everything now. You're gonna say everything in German now.
I wish
I'm
I could.
joking.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
joking.
Hang on. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I pressed the.
Yes, I can see you.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I knocked my finger over. I'm sorry. What did you say? Can I say it in German?
Now you can say
No.
everything. Now you can say everything in German. He repeat. No, I'm just
Ich
teasing you.
liebe dich, mein Schatzi. That's about it. It's a
Good
typical.
try.
It's
Good
a
try.
typical. I'm a typical lazy English man. I should have learnt German. A perfect opportunity to learn another language, and I haven't. So, and she'll. Well, I made a promise on our wedding day. We got married June 2024, and
Wow.
I made a promise on our wedding day that in a year's time that I would be fluent in German, and unfortunately that never happened. So she still reminds me on a frequent basis.
Okay, so tell me what's your favorite German word?
Fame, there's loads. There's loads. They're just such a funny, great language. Um, does it have to be PC? Do I have to keep? Is this like an 18 plus show or?
It depends.
No, I'm only joking. I'm only joking. My favorite German word, Krankenwagen. I always wind her up with that. Do you know what Krankenwagen is?
No.
Ambulance.
Oh my God.
It's
Tell me.
the way that their words
Yeah.
translate as well. Like gloves are Handschuhe. So
Interesting.
shoes for hands. So gloves
Wow.
is Handschuhe. Like that always cracks me up. Like, you know, the way they translate, their words translate is very literal. Like, you know, it kind of is what they are. But yeah, handshoe is a glove.
Wow.
There's loads of others. I can't think of more off the top of my head, but
I love, I love
it's
the
a great
ambulance.
language.
The ambulance, I love the one because
Yeah,
they
Krankenwagen. Yeah, whenever we see an ambulance, it's Krankenwagen. It's quite an
no,
aggressive language.
that's the thing. That for me, I'm from Brazil. My first language is Portuguese, and when I hear German people talking, it come across they're having arguments. You know,
Yeah,
it's very
yeah,
tough,
100%.
very-
Yeah, it's not a. I wouldn't say it's a, you know, a soft or a pretty language, I
it's
guess,
the
but
sound of
it's
it, it's the sound and the way they express as well. And
yeah,
I have some German friends. I've been in Germany, and when I start like listen to them, I watch them talking. I'm like, my God, I'm not sure this is something's going on. Is something
yeah,
funny. It's
yeah,
so interesting. But
yeah,
that's the beauty about language. I think
yeah,
that's
100%.
all behind. Amazing. Next question. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, before the next question, tell me what is the best part of being an online coach and a personal trainer? What do you like the most about work with fitness?
I think for me, like I said, I've only been doing it for a short time, but seeing that, you know, the rewarding side of seeing people grow and change and become, you know, better versions of themselves. Like I said, you know, I've not been doing it long, and already the messages you get back from people saying, you know, thank you so much. You know, I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. And you know, someone said to me once about you know, he was able to play with his kids, and he was kind of like unable to bench press his kids, and you know, and it's just, you know, those things that I think for me that's the rewarding side of the job. Um,
Well,
just to hear the feedback of, you know, that people have made a good change and you know, are a lot healthier, fitter, stronger than they were beforehand. I think for me that's the most rewarding side, seeing that.
and fitness always been part of your life, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, played a lot of sport as a kid. You know, was everyone's dream, wanted to be a football player. Was never quite good enough to make it in that, and you know, so played sports when I was younger. Went to the gym loads, but like I said earlier in the conversation, ups and
Mhm.
downs in my fitness journey. Everyone always makes, you know, there's reasons why you can't train, and you know, a lot of the times they are just excuses and you've just got to get past them. And I made excuses for periods of my life, and you know, but it's always something I've loved. I'm very sort of driven. Once I get in the gym, you know, I just, you know, become obsessed with it. And you know, my mentor who taught me to be a PT said that I was weird because I said I'd go to the gym for 2 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he was like, no, Alex, you're weird. Other people aren't like that. That's why they need a PT. But yeah, so yeah, I've always loved and been passionate about the gym. But that's not to say that it hasn't been a journey of ups and downs. And
Okay.
so yeah, I've been there, experienced it myself. So that's what I then try to help people with, you know, how I changed.
Amazing. Very good. Next question is, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite thing, could it be anything?
SIN, sin. Your
Oh,
favorite
sin.
thing.
You said this maybe was not PC, so I'm not sure I can say it. My favorite sin. No, my favorite sin. I don't think that I sin a lot. I have done in the past.
Of course, it's part of it. I think we learn
Yeah.
or something enjoyable. I don't know. There's always something behind. You don't need to tell like exactly to it is something, a situation, or also I always can take another one. I know this question is a bit tricky. I know that.
No, it's fine. I get the question. I'm just trying to think of what it could be. Sin. What is my favorite sin? My wife will be looking at this now when she watches it.
She's like literally the most expecting your answers. She's the one like most expecting.
She
Like,
knows. She knows what I would say. She knows what I would say anyway.
maybe
So it's fine.
I'm gonna make a. Can I make a joke? No, can I make
Yeah,
a
go
joke?
on.
Maybe she's gonna be part of it as well. That's why, because she's part of it as well.
Maybe she is part of it. I think. Yeah, let's go with that.
Okay,
Let's go with that.
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Maybe
Yeah.
she encouraged you as well somehow to, for that to happen. So
Yeah, it was all her. It was all her idea. So
it's not fair. She's not here to defend herself.
that's very true. That's very true.
Tell me something, Alex. Talking about fitness. 2020. As you know, the world went upside down. Yeah, and I remember before that, I think fitness, for example, I don't. Maybe I remember people talking about online coaching or fitness. I think it was very small in my view.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember during the COVID suddenly explode because we couldn't do anything. You need to do everything at home, and I found so fascinating the people, online, like find a way to teach other people to coaching other people as well. I remember it was quite nice to see. My question for you is, do you think that nowadays, being an online coach and also a personal trainer, people, they still prefer to do online classes, or do you feel like, based on your experience, that people, they prefer to go to the gym, they prefer to do one-to-one in person?
I think it's a mix. I think it's a hybrid for a lot of people. I feel like everyone wants a PT for different reasons. Not
Mm.
everyone, has the same reason for wanting a PT.
Yeah.
And so I think because of that, it's different for everyone. Because you are right with, COVID changed everything. And I think even now you look at the amount of younger people that go to the gym day in, day out. And obviously I went to the gym when I was 16, 17, 18, but it just wasn't such a big thing. Like it was more about going out at the weekends and, getting drunk and going clubbing and to bars and nightclubs, and that just doesn't seem to be as big a thing anymore. Like I very rarely go out nowadays, but when we do, it just feels like, and it might be kind of, I can't think of the right term, I think they call it revisionist history, where you look back and you remember things greater than what they actually were. But I remember going out as a kid and as a youngster, and the town was packed and you were queuing to get in everywhere, and but it just doesn't seem like that anymore. And I think COVID was a big change for that people decided that, that kind of, they'd rather not spend 50, well, probably be more than £50 now, but once again, when I was 18, it would have, a big night out would have been 50 quid, and now you're probably looking 150 quid, and people don't want to spend 150 quid on a night out. They'd rather spend that on a gym membership. And I think that has changed. That sort of point of view of people has changed. But I
Yeah.
think from like online going to a gym, I think it just depends on what they want. Some people, they know everything and they just need a bit of guidance, a bit of accountability, a bit of programming, check-ins. Whereas some people, they don't know anything and they need all the help. And those are the people that I'm going to help at in my physical PT job. And but they're both rewarding in a different way. It's they both have their challenges, and but then have their same positive rewards as well.
Most of your clients do, they do in person, they do online?
Most are in person. Yeah,
Mm.
it's predominantly in person at the moment. The online side is a really really hard business to grow, because as you said, there's 4 quadrillion
Yeah.
online coaches out there. It's an incredibly hard market to break into. So predominantly it's all in person at my
Right.
club.
Amazing. Any questions left? Let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay, next question for you is, what's the best invention you can think of?
I mean, it's got to be what we're on. It's got to be the phone, hasn't it? I mean, let's be honest, we're on it 24/7. So yeah, I mean, I probably couldn't live without my phone. So
A part
yeah,
of our body, became a part of our body, you know what I mean? It's a
yeah,
step of our hands, the
yeah.
phone.
Yeah, 100%. It's it does so, especially in obviously my industry. It's incredibly important for what I do. But just all the amount of stuff that you can do, just paying for parking on your phone, or using it instead of carrying a wallet round. I think it's probably the worst invention ever made. Weirdly, on the flip side, in terms of what it's done to the world,
But
but it's also the best.
amazing. And when you think about life, what's the meaning of life for you?
Meaning of life. Meaning of life. Does anyone know the meaning of life? I guess without sounding like a broken record and saying the same thing, friends and family, that's, to me, that's the meaning of life. And my dog, who's underneath, who's very hungry.
Oh, can I see your dog?
You can see my dog. Bella.
Oh, who's that?
That's Bella.
Hello, Bella. Bella.
She's an old girl. She'll be 11
Oh,
actually next week. She'll be 11 next week. So,
oh my
yeah,
God.
she was our first baby. She was our
I
first
love,
baby.
I love when I'm doing interviews and the pets come along. I think they feel the energy of the. I
Yeah.
love it. I love when they come. They're
It's past her dinner time, so she's actually hungry. She's coming up here to remind me that she needs to be fed because she's a Labrador and they're just constantly hungry. So,
you want to give
yes,
food? It's fine. If you wanna give some food, it's
she
fine.
can wait. She can wait. She's fine.
No,
She's
don't
fine.
do
She
that.
won't starve
Yeah.
me. She won't starve.
Okay. Okay.
She
Okay.
gets enough.
So yeah. So the meaning of life is about family.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Family, just having a good network around you. You know, that's that. Yeah, that's what's important to me. So that's the reason why I live. So
Tell me a life lesson that life has taught you that you feel very grateful for.
the I would say it's something that I struggle to do and act on. But to
Mhm.
me, it's probably that money isn't everything, and there's more to life than money. You know, and I think for me, another reason I wanted to move to a different industry from what I was in before was to try and have a better work-life balance.
Mhm.
And at the moment, I haven't got that because I'm new to the industry, so I'm having to grind to get going. But eventually, that's the goal, that I can have a better work-life balance, because you see and hear on a daily basis just awful things going on around the world. And I'm not here to preach, but you hear awful things going on around the world, or something close to you where someone passes away suddenly, and it just kind of makes you think that all that stuff isn't important, and what's important is having a great family, having great friends. So yeah, like I said, it's a hard thing to practice on because you need money, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, life is just incredibly expensive just to live. At the moment, not just for me, for everyone. And I just think, just to be able to have enough money to be comfortable, but don't prioritize that. Don't make that be, make you forget what's really important in life.
And do you believe that money can bring happiness?
I do. Yeah, I do. But this is what I'm saying. This is what it's a hard thing to kind of, it's easy to say, oh, you don't need money and blah, 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 because you do need money. Like, you got to pay the heating bills, you've got to have hot water, and you've got to put fuel in your car to go places. So I think it brings happiness, but I don't think it's the meaning of happiness.
And do you believe that happiness is a choice?
Yeah. Uh, yes, that obviously, like with anything, there's social aspects and political aspects and loads of different aspects that can affect happiness. But for me, I just try to be happy and kind all the time. It's just think life is better that way, for everyone. I just wish everyone could be kind.
Totally. Yeah, I think being kind is such a genuine and easy gesture. You know what I mean? Be
Yeah,
kind doesn't cost a lot. And
yeah,
actually, being kind is a clever way to be because when you're kind, when you give something to someone, it doesn't need to be a big thing. For example, helping someone cross the street or help
yeah,
someone, like, could be anything. Trust me, this comes back to you in such a bigger proportion that you had not even imagined.
yeah.
So I think, it's being kind, like when genuine kind, let's say, you know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
genuine
yeah,
in your life,
yeah.
you know
I
what
mean,
I
they
mean?
do say there's no such thing as a selfless good deed. I don't know if you've ever read into that before,
I,
which is very
I, ne-
interesting
I never heard
prospect.
this word before. I'd like to repeat again. Say again. How please say
Have you ever heard of, there's like a saying called, there's no such thing as an unselfish good deed. Basically that
you
even,
made my day. I
yeah,
learned something
doing
new.
doing something kind, you feel good from it. So you're not doing it to be kind, you're doing it to like, yeah, it's a very interesting philosophy when you read into it.
Amazing. Two questions left. Let's do it. Okay, before the next question, as you mentioned before about football, that you like football. So tell me, let's do a little game. So let's pretend that you have the opportunity to train, and like you're gonna choose three people,
Mhm.
one football player or in the industry. You're gonna choose one to train for one day in person. You're
Yeah,
gonna choose other one to train online, one
yeah.
class each, and the third one you're gonna choose to train for 1 year in person. So tell me those three names.
So
One in person for one day,
yeah,
one one class online for one like online class. You're gonna
Yeah.
train this person, and
Yeah.
another the third one you're gonna train for the whole year in person as well. So tell me those names. Would you like somehow to work with them?
Okay. So training with every day, did you say for a year?
Yeah, every day for not every day, but like for a program
Yeah,
for the
yeah,
whole year.
for a year.
Yeah.
It would probably be so. I'm big into football and American football. So
Okay.
my football team is Man United, and my American football team, my NFL team is the Washington Commanders. So for every day, it would probably be the quarterback Jaden Daniels. That he's just a dude. So I just he just seems like a real chill guy. So
Okay.
would love to. Yeah, I think I'd want to train him for a year.
For a
On
day.
for a day.
Oh, in
Probably
person.
let's go Cristiano Ronaldo, just because I think you could get so much from him, um, in that one day. You know, his mindset and his. I think
Wow.
he'd end up coaching me. So yeah, let's go.
He
Let's
might be
go.
training you. He might be training you.
Yeah, he's going to be the other way around. He's going to be training me. So yeah, let's go Cristiano Ronaldo, and then
Okay.
online.
One class online for one person.
Let's go. Let's go. Can it be like sabotage? Can I like, can it be a player from another team that I don't like and
Of course,
I
of
can
course.
sabotage him? Um,
It's your call. You can choose anyone to do a class online. Remember what your business behind. Remember all of that behind, not just that. The training. Then you need to be clever on it. You need to kind.
yeah.
Know what I mean?
Online. Let's go. Just because he's a bit of a hero of mine growing up, I'd say Eric Cantona. Because I'd want him to tell me stories as we go through. The king. So yeah, Eric
Amazing.
Cantona.
Okay, so now the question gonna be a bit tougher now. One day you're gonna wake up in the morning having 3 missed calls on your phone from those 3 names you just mentioned right now. Which one you're gonna call back straight away? Which one you're gonna send a message? I'll call you back later. And the third one, you just ignore him for now.
I would probably call back Cristiano Ronaldo first. I mean, yeah, probably him first. I'd probably then message Jaden Daniels that I'll get back in touch, and then Cantona, I'd probably, as much as a hero of mine growing up, I'd probably ignore him. Sorry, Eric.
3 of them that watch this interview, just let you know, okay?
But if he's watching this, he's more than welcome to come around and I'll discuss why.
I like your cheeky. I like it. Okay, next question is: if you could invent a new holiday, what would it celebrate? If you could invent a new holiday,
invent a new holiday.
What the celebration would be about?
Let's go dogs, because dogs, you've seen Bella. Let's have a day celebrating dogs, because they truly are man's best friend, person's best friend. So let's have a day celebrating dogs. Just be surrounded by dogs. Just friendly dogs, obviously. Just to be surrounded by loving, friendly dogs. Everyone, that should be the holiday, that everyone on that day is surrounded by lovely dogs.
How old is Bella?
She's 11. She'll be 11 next week.
For those 11-year-olds, tell me a moment that Bella made you maybe emotional, or made you think about life, or made you understand a little bit. Tell me a lesson that she taught you that you go like, you know what? I'm grateful for you, Bella, for you to let me understand that situation. Something you could share?
Yeah, I'd say when about 5 years ago, we found a cancerous lump on her skin. So she obviously had an operation to come through that, and so it was just like that sort of resilience and to keep moving, and touch wood, we've not had any issues since. So that resiliency, and also I think it taught Sabrina and I how to be parents. I know it's a dog, so it's not the same thing, and it's similar, but she was our first baby, our first kind of
preparation.
Yeah, our first responsibility, to try and keep this thing alive. Was kind of was our thing. So, I'd say that.
You know what? I had an interview here with a lovely man from LA, and he said something that I never thought about. He said, remember during the COVID, you remember you could leave the house once a day for
Yeah,
exercise? Yeah. And I was going for a run in the park once a day for exercise. And I remember seeing those dogs like jumping around with their owners. I was like, my God, for me, it was a therapy to watch them. Like, it was
yeah,
such great to see them jumping around. And he said something that I never thought about. He said, William, do you know why dogs, they're always happy, cheerful, and with this beautiful vibe? I said, no, it's because they just live in the moment. They don't live in the past. They don't live in
yeah,
the future. They just live in the moment.
yeah,
And I never thought about that before. I was like, it makes all sense. That's why they're
yeah,
all happy, always,
yeah.
love that. I think it's something that it made me think like, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
no,
amazing.
it's a very good point. Unless you're Bella, then all it is just when's the next meal. So that's she doesn't live in the moment. She just lives for when her next meal is.
It's still the moment. It still is a meal. Everything is the moment. Amazing. Last question. Ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Last one. Okay, but before the last question, as you mentioned that you've been for a few months as a personal trainer, as a fitness trainer. Tell me a moment or a situation so far that you go like, you know what, I will hold this moment to my heart, close to my heart. Could be a feedback, could be a situation, could be anything with your clients not even with your clients, could be anything about your career so far that you go like, you know what, this moment has been special for me so far.
Um, I think it was a message that I received from a client
Mhm.
who had done 3 sessions with me, and we kind of had a bit of a sort of candid consultation for the first session, and kind of was just kind of honest with him and how we spoke about, a lot of it is excuses of why you can't do. He'd just had a baby, the baby was 6 months or so old, and had kind of just built up excuses as why, he couldn't be as healthy as he was before. And sometimes just having that honesty to be able to
Wow.
say, right, you can, they're excuses. 99 times out of 100, they're excuses.
Wow.
And he then messaged like a week or so, 2 weeks after, and he was like, he'd made some changes in his life, and and text me saying, it was just that honesty and just being able to have that, I don't want to say brutal honesty because I'm a nice guy, I feel. So it wasn't like, it wasn't aggressive. You need to do this, you need to do this. But it just kind of, just some truthful words that kind of opened up his mind to go, yeah, do you know what? That makes sense. And he messaged me to say that they really helped him, to make those changes. So yeah, I'd say that.
Amazing. Very good. Okay, last question is, what is the first thing you think about when you wake up? Usually.
This is going back to what we said earlier about something that's a great invention or the worst invention, and it probably is my phone, which I know is something that I need to improve on. But for me, my wife will agree. It's I pick up my phone first thing I do, and I hate
Well,
it. I hate it. I hate that I do that.
you know what? Yes, I think all of it's a habit. I think you just need to accept about it. I think it hurts less if you accept it. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yeah,
You just. I mean, it's normal. It became a habit, and it's
yeah,
okay. It's just how you manage it. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I think it's a habit in there, and trust me, maybe billions of people do the same as well. It became a habit to check the
yeah,
alarm, the time, the message. Could be anything. It's a necessity in a way.
yeah.
Became. So don't. It's okay. You're not wrong. You're the
No,
same.
and I know I'm not right. I know I'm not alone, and it's
I
not something
know.
that I find is detrimental
I,
to my
I,
life, but it's something that we're all, no one's perfect. We want to, grow and get better, and I think I wish that was something that I could get better at.
and one day, what will be the title of your memoir? One day.
Um, Title of my memoir. It would be. I don't know, William. The title of my memoir. Sorry, there's a bit of silence there.
Not a problem. Not a
Um, just be kind. That would be it. Be kind.
good one. Amazing. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to say some words. Just tell me one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking. Okay.
Okay.
Let's start with money.
Um, I'm rubbish at these kind of things. Money. Um,
Not right or wrong.
Needed.
Okay. Fear.
Beatable.
Life.
Short.
Love.
Always.
Family.
Surrounded.
Religion.
Unnecessary.
Sex.
Text, did you say?
Sex.
Sex. Love.
Politics.
Wasteful.
Friendship.
Important.
Desire.
Required.
Regret.
Never.
Success.
Aim for success.
Wish.
Undo.
Happiness.
Love.
Tell me the name of your town again, where you live.
Bury St Edmunds.
Say again.
Bury St Edmunds.
Berries and
So Bury, Bury.
yeah,
Then it's officially Saint, but ST is the name, and then
Bury.
Edmunds, EDMUNDS. Basically, that Saint Edmund was buried in the town years ago. So he was a saint.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that's
One word for your town then.
Historic.
One word for England.
Proud.
One word for fitness.
Strong.
And the last one now, fitness trainer, one word.
Required.
Amazing, I like that. Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your wife for a coffee and I'm going to ask her, define Alex in one positive and one negative word only. What should say about you?
I would say determined for the positive.
Mm-hmm.
Negative. Trying to think of the right word to say it. I can't think of the right word, but essentially that I maybe don't help her enough with some stuff around the house. Like, I don't know what the right word is, but I could be better at that.
Do you see some improvements?
Yeah, sometimes up and down.
Let's play now, Alex, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. But before that, let's play the music one more time. Let's do it. Yes, your muscles. So before you ask the question, people watching this interview right now, maybe they would like to contact you for, online class, or maybe they'd like to connect with you for you to guide them in the fitness, journey. What's something about the job that you provide that stands out compared with other personal trainers?
I would say, to me, it's a personalized service, and I know that sounds very cliche, and you probably hear it a lot, but just being able to feel like you have a relationship with me, and that I'm there for them, and I get back as much from them as I try to give. So, just an approachable, but determined and attentive guy. That's what I would say.
And the best way for people to contact you is through social media.
Social media, yeah. Send me a DM on my Instagram at Ascend with Al. Obviously, I'm sure it'll be somewhere here.
Amazing, very good. Okay, Alex, you can ask me a question now.
Let's go. I've been thinking about this for a while since we first contacted each other. I would say, right, if you could go back in time and tell 10-year-old William something, what would it be?
Wow, that's a great question. Let's go back to Brazil, to a very small town where I was born, maybe 12,000 people, maybe, where I was born, 10-year-old, my God. We were talking about technology. I never thought one day, I grew up in the 80s. I never thought one day, in the 80s, 90s, like I was a child between 80s and 90s. And I never thought one day I would be, doing something that I love so much, which is the Magic Box, through my phone, contacting with people around the globe. It's
It's
amazing
amazing.
how,
Yeah, I
when you
bet.
think about that, I never thought, 10-year-old, I would never guess that. Okay, back to your question. I would say that I said, William, you know what? You're gonna have times in your life that you're gonna feel the greatest. You're gonna feel so happy. You're gonna feel like, my God, that's a great place to be. At the same time, you're gonna feel the lowest. You're gonna feel that there's no way out. You're gonna feel that you are sad and it's gonna be there forever. There is a good explanation for that. Both of those moments, they are very powerful, and they're never gonna be forever. You're gonna feel it's like a roller coaster. You're gonna feel great. You're gonna feel amazing. Enjoy every bit of it because it's not gonna be there always. Yeah, there's always gonna somehow one point you're gonna come down again. You're gonna feel the saddest, and it's very difficult for you to get out of it. You're gonna feel that's the end of the world. You're gonna feel sad. You're gonna feel that's you cannot manage. However, it's a powerful place to be. It's life talking to you. Sometimes you're not gonna see the message straight away. You're gonna take maybe a year, a month, a week, or maybe a lifetime. You never know, but it's never gonna be there forever. It will pass. Trust me, it will pass. So I think I would give this advice for myself. Keep being yourself. I would give so many advice,
Yeah.
but keep being yourself. We're gonna go through beautiful times, challenging times, sadness. However, it's not gonna be forever. This feeling, it's gonna pass one point, and you're gonna understand a bit more about it. Just keep going. Be yourself. Embrace yourself, and things gonna always go in the right way. And you just need to embrace every feeling you're feeling right now. It's not wrong being there. If you feel sad, you want to go there, it's okay to go there as well, but don't stare. Go back to again, and carry on living. So yeah, I would give this advice because, even now, I say that, but even now, even as an adult, sometimes when you're feeling sad for some reason, you feel like it's never gonna go away. It's like a breakup, When you break up, you feel like, oh my God, the world ends, But time is just time. Time heals everything. In one point, you feel great again. You feel like, oh my God, I'm over it. You know what I mean? And there's something else gonna come as well. It's part of life.
Yeah.
And it's healthy to go through those moments as well. I know it's not easy, and some of the sad moments can be tragic as well. I understand that. However, there's always a way out. And if you don't, there's always something that you can learn or meant to happen. So just trust the process, trust life, trust the way. I always mention that it's life talking to us every day, every sign. There's a sign everywhere about life, even in the sad moments as well. And you just need to believe that, you're meant to go through for those situations. You are improving yourself. You are learning. I think if life would be just blue skies, flowers, sunny, it would be boring because you don't learn anything. You need those storms as well to make you understand that life is about that. It's about storms. And nowadays, when I start feeling sad, when I feel sad for some reason, I make a joke with myself. I go like, okay, there you go. You are there again. You know what I mean? And I go like, okay, so let's see what it's about. Let's see why you are feeling this way. You sometimes don't need even to understand, but play with yourself, play with your personality. I play sometimes with personality. It's amazing sometimes, It doesn't change my mood. I still feel sad, but somehow I feel a bit grounded about it. My
lighter about it.
Yeah, it's just like we are accepting. I think this exercise is about accepting the moment. It's accepting the feeling, because it's not going to go away. You know what I mean? It's going to be there for a moment, so you need to take it and somehow make a joke or cry or put a music, anything. Don't run away. You know what I mean? It's not going to change. You need to embrace it. So, yes, I know I gave a lot of advice, but the main one would be it's sad and happy. Both of them, they're going to go and they're going to come back again. So it's like a roller coaster. That would be my advice.
Yeah, no, that's spot on. That's some great advice. Young William would be able to go ahead and live life to the fullest.
And at 19-year-old, William going to take a plane and go all the way to Europe on his own. That's what happened. Yes.
Do you think your life would have changed if you'd have given yourself that advice? Do you think you would you still be where you are now, or would?
Great question. To be honest to you, I would listen, but I don't think I would be ready to take this advice yet. And of course, I would go through every moment again. Absolutely. I wouldn't avoid any of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had up and downs. I still have, and it's gonna happen. Is always like that. But I wouldn't change anything, Alex. I think it's a beauty behind this everything.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't have regrets. I think
Totally.
when you said regrets in that
No, and
word association game, I said I can't remember exactly what I said, but no, I don't think I have regrets.
there's no
Things
regrets.
happen.
Totally, it's about learning. You need those regrets. You need those moments as well, because it's like raising a child. You cannot. Sometimes you need to let them make their own mistakes, because even if you tell them, you know what I mean, they're not gonna take it. They need to go through to understand, and that's what life is about.
Definitely.
Did you enjoy the interview?
Yeah, it was really cool. Yeah, no, thanks for having me on and letting me ramble at certain times.
Thanks again, Alex. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks
no problem at all.
I wish all the best for you, for your career. I think it's amazing, very inspiring for you to be able to change career. I think I feel so fascinated about people when they do that, because it's, again, you need to give the first step. You need to challenge yourself. You need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to.
This is out of my comfort zone. You know, like doing something like this. You know, it's always like, you know, not used to doing something like this. So, like, but once again, if I don't do it, you never try it. And then there's Bella again. That she's.
Oh my God, Bella! I promise, Bella. I promise we are finished the interview. Promise. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Just.
Oops.
Just someone's outside. Just be kind. Just be kind to everyone. Just be nice.
Amazing. Regards to your wife, to your kids, to your family, and celebrate very well Bella's birthday, okay? I hope everything goes well, okay?
Thank you so much, William. Been a pleasure to talk to you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Cheerio. Bye-bye.
So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why would you like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.